Scott Lauber with Ron Borges from the Boston Herald here at JetBlue Park before a Red Sox Yankees. They call themselves the Yankees. It's not much of a Yankees lineup. Spring training game here at JetBlue Park, and we're getting into the final week of spring training, and that means all eyes will be on center field for the Red Sox and Grady Sizemore. He's back in the lineup tonight. He'll be in a minor league game on Saturday, back-to-back games on Sunday and Monday, and the Red Sox should have a better idea, Ron, after all of that, whether he can play enough games in a row to warrant being on the opening day roster. You've been here for the last week or two watching him play. What are your thoughts on exactly whether or not he can handle that grind?
Well, you know, so far, Scott, he really looks like he's almost as player he was in Cleveland, which is a scary concept if it's true. I spent some time with him yesterday, talked to him about it, and I thought he made a good point. I asked him if the possibility exists that he might run out of time down here at spring training, and he said, well, yeah. He said, but the problem is when you've been out for 2 years, 6 months isn't enough time to really convince anybody completely. And I think eventually, as I try to say in the Herald, it's like riding a bike. Eventually you got to let it go of the handlebars and see what your kid can do. And I think eventually, barring anything unforeseen, that's what the decision they're going to have to make.
Now the other side of the center field coin, of course, is Jackie Bradley Jr. We are down the third base line. I'm basically looking at him right now in center field, and I had a chance to talk to him earlier today about being the other guy. This year, this time last year, he was the one who we were all talking to every day. He was the one who was making a push for a spot on the opening day roster, and he ultimately got it. And I asked him what it's like to kind of be on the other side of it. He said, what can I do? I'm here to compete for a job. I really feel like I'm swinging the bat well this spring, even though the numbers don't show it. And I asked him an interesting question. I said, you know, do you feel like you have anything left to prove in AAA? If they tell you go to AAA, and do you feel like you've been there, done that? And he said, I don't know, which is not exactly the confidence-inspiring, yes, I've conquered AAA answer that you want, but he really doesn't have a choice in the matter. If they decide to send him there, that's where he's got to go, and that's why the Red Sox signed Grady Sizemore, was because he could push Jackie Bradley, and if he pushed him all the way to AAA to start the season, it's not the worst thing in the world. They still think very highly of Jackie Bradley. They just don't know yet if he's ready, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ron, what are you working on for tomorrow's Herald?
Well, actually, I try to do something a little bit different because, as you point out, there's limited competition here. So I was talking to Daniel now about this spring, the difference between this spring and all these other springs going back to high school when everybody said he wasn't good enough and he wasn't good enough. For the first time really in his life, he's come here and he knew he had a job, barring anything really bizarre, and how different that's been for him and how he's tried to balance the two sort of thoughts and staying hungry at the same time being a little more relaxed than usual.
So look for that tomorrow in the Boston Herald. I'll have a story on Jackie Bradley Jr., and we'll have all the Grady Sizemore updates that you can handle. Join us tomorrow from Clearwater, Florida, where the Red Sox will be playing the Phillies, and we'll talk to you then.